What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and thank you guys for tuning in. This is the trade breakdown for today, January 6th. It is Thursday, the fourth trading day of the year, and today was a great day. We're profitable. We have some good money management. We did what we needed to do to be profitable today. And you can see it wasn't pretty. There's a lot of ugliness to this, but we were able to catch some moves. And let's go ahead and break down what I was looking at when I came into the trade today. We could actually go into the replay mode, and I'll take it back to about 6:15. And okay, so here we have, when you just look at market structure, you see that there is a support level that's been built right here. We could actually turn this blue. I like to keep my levels a little bit different. We see that there's a few taps here respecting this level, and I knew that price could come down and possibly reach this level, stop, and do what it needs to do after. Because it has broken all these, price just can't keep coming down. It has to retrace and then move on to do what it needs to do. So yesterday we had a steep drop after we had some highs broken. This was the all-time high, and yesterday it broke the all-time high. Bam. Broke the all-time high and got every breakout trader in the world who trades breakouts, and I never recommended to do it, especially on these indices, because they tend to do this a lot. They break out and reverse completely on you. So that's exactly what it did, and we had basically, I think it was like a 700 pip drop. What was it? 669, 670, 700, just about the same thing. And but I seen that there was respect, some respect given at this level again, right? We have obviously this support level, but you see there's a bunch of wicks that also stop here. So I seen that, and when I woke up this morning, I also seen here that this resistance to support level that I had taken this trade off of on the 2nd, which was Monday, it was also being rejected again. So I woke up seeing this, but I didn't want to take a sell because of this. A lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a higher low, higher than this low, higher high. Broke this high. So this higher high, higher than this high, broke this high. So my thinking as a scalper, I don't hold trades for days or anything like that. I like to, but I'm just not there yet. So I'm a scalper. I stay in trades from minutes to hours, couple hours, not even hours, a couple hours if that. And one thing that I know is that in the scalping world, you catch these little moves, right? So my thinking was, okay, let me show you exactly what I was thinking. I'll get in here on the body. We have our stop loss just below, and we could take this. I was thinking up to 170, I think it was, somewhere right here. I think there's a nice 5-minute ILC inside of this 15-minute ILC. I even thought it was possible. Well, I know it's possible that it's going to get up to this level here. But for sure, this was my take profit at this level. I had obviously my other take profits around 60 pips. You always want to take your profit somewhere through there. But yeah, so this was my thinking going into the trade. So let me go ahead and play the trade. We'll get into the smaller time frames, and I'll show you exactly what happened and how I jumped into the trade and why I did what I did while I was inside of the trade. So let's go ahead and play that here. We can see that price has now, the 20 EMA has crossed over and price has actually dropped down to the downside. All these rejections up top were for a reason, right? Now it's making its way to the downside. So I was waiting for it, and I wanted to see exactly how it reacted at open, because open is always the most volatile. That's kill zone time. So let's go ahead and see what happened at open. Bam. Is that open? Oh, nope, not yet. Let's see. 625, 26, 27, 28, 30. So it's coming down, and it's coming down fast. There's open. So I seen that. I didn't like the way it was coming down, so I did not jump in the trade, right? I did not jump in the trade just because I seen how bearish this candle was. And usually when I trade, I'll have the 1 minute, the 5-minute, and the 15-minute on my screen, on my 3 screens that are up. So I seen this, and I just didn't like the way it was looking. But what I did see after that was I seen it break down to the downside, and then that candle right there, that's what caught my attention right here. is this candle. Usually you want to see an engulfing candle, but when I see a candle this big, this bearish candle, what is it, 76 to 28, that's 50 pips. When I see it that big, and then I see just a 48 pip candle match it, that gives me cause to pause that, okay, we might actually see it come back up to the upside, right? So I seen this, and I waited. At this point, this is when I got into the trade. I waited for price to come up to this level, and I liked the way that, it just fully engulfed it. And this is, what, 35 right here. So let's look at the 5-minute so I can show you exactly what I seen, right? So on the 5-minute side, this is what I see. A huge rejection, right? Huge rejection. This is why I jumped into the trade at this level down here. Is because I seen this huge rejection. I was able to get in down here thinking that, you know what, now my stop loss isn't that bad. I'm going to keep it below this low. I think it was, 30 pips or something like that. So that's the reason I jumped into the trade. As soon as it made this push down, I thought, okay, I'm going to buy here at this level, this green line here. So I did. And you could see what happened. A little scared, I was a little spooked, but then we had that candle, this push, and let me pause it again. So once it got here to this wick, you could even go ahead and check out the live stream. I was talking about it. Sometimes what it does on a downtrend is that 50 EMA is now a resistance level. Just as important as this resistance level. You'll see price respected the same way, sometimes even tougher. And let me go ahead and show you. So I was even talking about taking the pips, and I was like, you know what, let me pull half of my trade at this level at 79 pips. Well, I thought it was 80, but I closed it at 79 pips, right? And I said, okay, now I'm going to move my stops to break even. I think I always do like 3 or 4 pips up just due to slippage. And yeah, let me show you exactly what happened after that. Bam. Now we've seen that rejection that occurred. Another rejection that occurred. Bow. Stopped me out. Stopped me out at this level. I was able to clear half profitable, right? We took profits at 79 pips. The other half of our lots was stopped out at break even, which is fine, right? Then I went through it, and I think I hopped off the live stream at this time. I was satisfied with that. But then another thing that I seen was like, let me go ahead and play this for you. Is I seen that price was, somewhat, once it came down here and respected this, well, actually, I discussed this in the live stream as well too. As I was talking about the breakup traders, the breakout traders, and why you should never do that in the indices is specifically this reason. So look at here. Go to the 15-minute, and let me show you. So this is a strong support level, right? And this is what I was thinking. So what a lot of breakout traders will do is they'll take this short to the downside as soon as it breaks, right? And they're like, oh, it could come down to this level here. We could catch 122 pips to this level, or something like that, right? And we'll have but where's your stop loss? That's the biggest gauge. But one thing that these indices do is they will fake out breakout traders like crazy. So go ahead and check this out. Right? Oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. It's coming down, and nope. Look at that reversal. Bam. Push to the upside. And that's why I never trade breakout, especially because I've learned the hard way on what indices do to you. So one thing that I seen is that price was coming up here, and I knew there was a possibility that it could go ahead and bounce inside of here, inside of this level right here. So what I did was wanted to see if it respected this area again, which it did. And I was getting my daughter ready at this time, so I'm like, okay, I think there's a W forming right here, right? In my head, this is what I'm thinking. And yeah, I just took my daughter to school at this time, and now I'm back on the charts, right? At 8:30, I'm back home by this time, and I'm on the charts, and I'm looking to see if there's another, oh yeah, well, let me tell you this. I don't want to forget this. You could go ahead and check the Instagram because everything is documented on the Instagram. I show you exactly what trades I jump into and why I jumped into them or why I'm taking my profits here. I was actually looking at a sell right here, and I deleted it. And I want to be completely transparent with you. I was looking for a sell right here. And one thing I seen was this right here, and I seen the W, and I'm like, let me see. And I pulled my profits. I pulled half of my trade at like 22 pips. I was like, you know what? Let me just pull half right here, and then the other half I moved to break even. And it did stop me out. And I didn't marry the trade because I did have a good vibe about this actually flagging up to the upside, coming up to this level here and rejecting down. So that's what I did, right? Um, Let me show you. Came up, stopped me out. Now I was like, okay, you know what? I think there's a good chance that this trade comes up. So I'm looking at it, and when I see it, this is literally when I got in, right? When I seen it have all these rejections at this level on top of it, so it can be used as a resistance level or it could be used as a support level. Either way, once I seen it push up, I waited for the next candle, waited for it to come down a little bit. That's when I put my entry in, and I was able to go ahead and get in here. Automatically, I moved my stops. Or did I? Yeah, I think I did automatically. I did automatically move my stops to break even. Barely got saved from it, and I pulled half of my trade right here at 80 pips, I believe it was. Yeah, 79 pips at this green line. Yeah, 77, 78 pips again, I think. Somewhere like that. No, yeah, it was something like this. I pulled my trade. I don't know. I gotta find my phone. But I was able to pull half of my trade here, and then I even discussed it on the Instagram story that you could go ahead and check at Day Trade with Zay. I said I was going to pull the rest at 127 pips, and what I did is I pulled a majority of the rest of the trade, and I left a .01 runner, and I moved my stop loss right into here, and I said, you know what, it might break out all the way to the upside, and a .01 runner isn't bad when you're up $100+, right? So I did that, and what did it do? Rejected this IOC here and came back down to the downside. I would eventually be stopped out as I moved my stop loss into this area with that .01 runner. And good thing I did, because at the end of the day, if I left it in, I would have been screwed. It would have hit my stop loss. You lose money. It's not that bad with the .01 when you had a bigger lot size in there, but still. And that was the last trade that I took for the day. Profitable, one of my better trading days. Price actually still came back and respected this level right here. I wish I would have been on it to see this and jump back in. But I'm going to just go ahead and wait for tomorrow, and we'll get it cracking that way. But yeah, this is the review for today, Thursday, January 6th. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is just the trades that I take. This is my thought process. What I'm doing, what I'm learning is just trying to be more patient, trying to plan the trade and trade the plan, not marrying any trades, and being fluid with the market. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If this was of any help to you, go ahead and go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and share it. I'd much appreciate it. I do want to be able to help people through my mistakes, through my successes. And, I think this is something that everybody should know. So thank you guys for tuning in. My name's Isaac, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5:15. It is the unemployment drop that's coming out. And, let's go get this money. Win, learn, or draw. We're in that thing. Appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a good one.